You sound great.
So, like, this light, low voice is doing fine?
Yeah, it's sexy. It's sensual.
Ooh, welcome
Ooh,
back.
oh.
It's the moonlight hour here, pretty much fine. We're taking you all the way into the weekend, gals and boys and girls and joys.
Too low.
Yeah, no, I'm done. I was just improvising, you know? Constantly auditioning for, like, iHeartRadio over here.
Yeah, I love it. Appreciate the
Hello.
hustle.
So many networks are missing a podcast hosted by two white women.
I know.
There's not enough of them.
There's a huge hole in the market.
A huge hole in the market, but there's always space. There's room for us.
For all of us at the table.
Oh my god. Oh, scooch over. Another one coming in. Excuse me. Sorry. Oh, wait. I'm trying to not say sorry anymore. Oh, my Lord.
God.
It's tough out here every goddamn day. I'm just ranting every day. Just rage bait, as we said.
Yeah, you are rage bait.
I actually have a rant, like, ready to go written in my notes app
Okay.
right now. All right, let's start it
go.
off hot. I'm going to read through the notes app because it was, like, flowing, so I'm not going to be out here memorizing. This isn't a goddamn acting class. All right. And I would like to say, before I start, is that, like, I know when I talk about jobs in the workforce, like, I have not found my path, so I have felt passion for none of them for the most part.
Yeah.
So I know when I'm talking about jobs and whatnot, I sound like a brat because especially with all these tariffs and whatnot, I'm lucky to have a fucking job. Got it, get it, still miserable.
Doesn't change that.
Doesn't change that, and I'm trying, you know, positivity and all that, but no, I need to just wake the fuck up and figure out how to get on my path. Okay?
Yeah.
Because I'm so sick of shit like this when, like, you already hate a job and then you don't like a person you work with and they're like, it's a very small team, so you're like, oh, I hate everyone basically that I work with. Here we go. I'd like to rage out. Maybe we could even have a segment called Rage Out.
Okay.
And we started with I'd like to rage out. I don't know. What do you guys think? Wink, wink. Let us know.
Leave a comment on Spotify.
Comment. Oh yeah, you can do that now. Technology just keeps advancing. You only have so long if you get the new iPhone to be cool because 1 second you're out the door. All right. I'd like to rage about people at work that make their misery yours. Like, I am so good at clocking in, doing my work, chatting to whomever, and clocking out. I have experienced so many people that put too much on their plate at their job because they're fucking nerds that just cannot stop proving something even after we are done being measured by GPA. That is the personality I'm talking about, everybody. And if that's you, good for you. You're probably doing really well in life. Get out of my face. And no matter how efficient, smart, and organized they are, no one human can handle what they choose to take on. And I feel they start resenting the clock-in, clock-outers, the work-life balancers, and they start keeping tabs on you and the light, respectful corners that you are cutting. Just to get through the day, okay? You're still doing your job, but, like, yes, you're doing it as quickly and efficiently as possible. What's that expression? Like, hire lazy people, they'll find the easiest way to get the job done.
Yeah.
That is me. That is my motto. And once that resentment hits, they kind of, you know, they're kind of talking shit. Like, with the other nerds in the office. Like, did you see that cat, like, left for her coffee, like, 30 minutes ago? Like, what is she always doing out there? I'm living my fucking life, taking a minute to myself, breathing air. I hate that I'm constantly these fucking jobs that people need to know where I am. Because why can't I just get a fucking job like everyone else in my generation? They have a meeting at fucking 1, and then she's at the fucking grocery store. Chelsea's at fucking Spin. Then she's back for her meeting at 4. Why am I always at the fucking jobs where there are tabs being fucking kept on me? It's so hard to continue to watch people, like, work-life balance, and you just try to have 1 fucking ounce of that and take 1 fucking walk around the block. And this fucking tattletale, this fucking rat, the departed level rat, is out here messaging my boss. Kat hasn't been at her desk in a bit. Bitch, I have the phone forward to my fucking cell phone. Like, I'm not an idiot. I'm good at what I do. I'm good at cutting corners.
Thought about it ahead of time.
I'm very good at this, especially when like my job is easy as goddamn hell. Like my tasks are done. I'm sorry that you chose to fill your fucking plate, and now you're annoyed. But no one asked you to have so many tasks. And because you're annoyed, you look around at other people that are looking calm and relaxed because they just did what they needed to do that day, and now they're going home to feel joy again. And they can't mind their fucking business about it, even though they have so many things to do. I'll mind my business, you mind yours, and we can just all get through the day. And that is what I am ranting about this week, because I just don't get it. Why can't people just do their tasks, let me do mine, and if there's a problem that arises, we can discuss that.
Yeah, I have some thoughts on your rant.
Let them out, sister.
I'm definitely like half the person that you described, and then like half you. I just have been on the other side where I had like a manager that was literally gone all the fucking time, and like no one knew where she was.
It's not all the time. I wish it was all the time.
Let me finish before you get all defensive. She was gone all the time, and it was really annoying because people would come to me and be like, where is this person? And I'd be like, I don't fucking know. Like, I don't know where she is. And then it would like just get annoying because like I would need to ask them questions, need to tell them things.
G-chat me, babe.
And they, well,
G-chat, like, we have all these technological advances, okay?
Okay, but she would not respond. So
I'll respond in a minute just to keep my job. I'll be like, yeah, blah.
So I've like definitely been annoyed with people for that, but I never like ratted her out. I would always just be like, oh, like I don't know, I think she said she had a meeting, you know what I mean? Like I wasn't like out here trying to get her fired.
I'm glad you didn't rat her out, because you know what, your karma will come, all you little rats out there.
I was really pissed.
You're gonna take a bite of trash. Fucking kills ya.
I was pissed when like COVID came around, and then like she got to keep her job, but I got furloughed, and I was like, okay,
fair. Well, that's fair.
No,
but that would never happen in the scenarios I've been in. Okay, I'd be the first to go. Like I can promise you that.
But yeah,
and I get it.
Also experienced like dealing with coworkers. Usually, it's like middle-aged women who just want to like bully you and like want to make your life like miserable at work.
This is a bald middle-aged man, but yeah.
Yeah, there you go. Middle-aged people, they probably just don't have much going on.
Cool. And
they need some work drama.
But yeah, that's my rant of the week. I'm not saying I'm a hero. I'm not saying I'm a good person in this case. But mind your fucking business, because I'm on my career search. I'm looking for my future as we speak so that I can go to work with passion and want to take things more onto my plate because I actually like my job. Not there yet. So happy for you that you're there. Leave me alone.
No, they're definitely miserable.
Leave me alone. I'm just an innocent girl.
Hurt people, cat.
And now he wants the team to go to pickleball? Yeah, I'm good.
Is it free like they said that it was going to be?
No. Oh my God. I've loved being lied to. Every job's a lie. And yet you have to be honest all the time, but they just keep lying. It's not fair.
Yeah, I definitely, that happened to me once when I got hired, and they were like told me the salary, and then they were like, oh, but there's this like profit sharing thing that we do where like we share a portion of the profits like with, you know, the team. So you'll get more money from that every year too. And it's just depending on how well, you know, the company does. And I never got it because the company never made a fucking profit. So it was like, okay, well, wish you could have told me that, like, no one has ever seen a dime of that. Like,
that's fucked.
That would have been a good piece of information to include.
Oh, yeah. They wrote it in, like, size 2 font. Oh, it was there.
Yeah, the very fine print.
That is like my last job that was like a full pyramid scheme. My cute little silly brewery job where I planned fabulous events, but nothing was enough for a pyramid scheme leader. And it was a co-op where after you work there a year, you can put in like parts of your paycheck to invest in it, and you would get the profit back once it starts, you know, making one, which, hey, guess what? It's never gonna, because it's run by a maniac that's like wearing a Scully cap and a white tank top. Okay? So,
There's an image.
One time we were literally called into a meeting. Okay? And he had this little PowerPoint, which he barely knows how to make. Usually he would just tape a piece of paper to the wall and get like a Sharpie.
Oh my God.
I'm not kidding. And don't even compare him to Michael Scott, because he wasn't funny. He wasn't cool. Like, at least
There was no
entertainment.
charm.
There was just no.
No charisma.
No. And he had this, like, as if the night before he did a bunch of cocaine, wrote this down, and then came in. I'm not kidding. He closed the brewery for this as well.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
He definitely did coke.
No, truly. And he puts on the PowerPoint, and it's basically this, he just throws a bunch of information and ideas at us, and he's like, what about if we bought property and everyone that works here that's a owner could live there, and then we could subsidize it for them and whatnot, and then we could rent out some of the other spaces.
That's a company town.
No, and then he was like, and then we could rent out some of the
bad
rooms, so like we could also make money from the apartment, and then we also could, everyone here has tattoos, we could start a tattoo parlor, and then maybe we'll serve beer, even though drinking and tattoos don't
You're
go
not
together.
supposed to do that.
Not supposed to do that.
Oh my God.
And just rattling of all this, like, because then he would even admit, like, because, you know, I gotta say, if we're gonna ever make money from being owners and whatnot, we do have to invest in some more stuff. It's like, oh, so you're admitting that they're never gonna make money.
This is
just from your
failing.
shit fucking brewery. Yeah.
Yeah.
And a brewery where he once fired the head brewer with no backup plan. Like,
Smart.
every brewer
Yeah.
that's ever walked through those doors has lost like half of their lifespan. I'm not kidding. From like, he's like, I need beer here, and here, and like the next, like, I can't. I gotta save some of this for the horrible boss episode
I know.
we're
I
gonna
was
do.
literally just thinking, you brought up so many like funny memories of like my old boss, like specifically with like the printed out piece of paper, like, but I can't. I gotta save it for the horrible bosses episode,
Yeah, well,
because
you know,
that
we'll keep
story is
you on
like
the edge of your
too
seats.
good.
But we will mark this, we'll pin this, because you have to remember that story, because there's something fucking worse when you're listening to a podcast and like we'll tell you, and then you're like,
Yeah, we were just saying earlier we need to do like a themed episode soon, so maybe that'll be the next one. Honestly.
I think it should. I think we
Because
clearly have a lot in us. I
we
think
got a
the
lot to
subject
get
needs-
out.
Yeah, we'll bring that to you possibly next week or so.
Yeah.
We're having a little meeting. I said we had, and I love lying. We're going to have a little meeting about topics and whatnot. So gear the fuck up, because we're about to just have our little fake glasses on, pretending to know things.
Well, I can put my real glasses on, so.
Yeah.
Certified
Exposed for bad
nerd.
vision. Not me. Mine will be fake.
Yeah, what's going on with, like, Keegan also has perfect vision. You have perfect vision. Gabby has perfect
Tauruses.
vision. All the people.
Well, just kidding. I don't know if Gabby's
She's
not
a
Taurus.
Gemini.
So is my boyfriend.
Well, that's interesting.
Trust me, there's two of him.
Yeah, there's two of Gabby, too.
My
Like-
boyfriend's kind of has like diva moments. Like I call him Mariah Carey sometimes. But then he's also dealing with diva number one, so it's fine.
Yeah, that's true. No one can out diva the diva herself.
People need to talk about how men can be divas. Like my father, hello, don't listen because you're in diva, and I love you with all my heart. But like that man would be. My mom is just all of our managers, basically. We are a blind ship
She
without
should
that
be
captain.
a talent manager.
I've been
for the
fucking waiting
stars.
every day for us to make it or meet something, anything. And yeah, she's my Kris Jenner. I'm locked in on that.
Yeah, there you go.
Don't worry about that. I already know that's coming my way. Oh, wait. Last episode, I have a few comments to make
Okay.
about it. No corrections, just some follow-up. If there are corrections, not my problem. We don't know everything. We've explained that.
No corrections ever.
There's definitely like people that do know what I'm about to say, but then there's definitely people that don't. Okay? Just like most things of life.
I'm scared.
We talked about Sweet Life on Deck, like for just a quick little joke last week.
Oh,
And we
yeah.
talked about Ivana, who was London Tipton's dog on that show. I was right that her name was Ivana. That's
Of course.
update number 1, like seared into my brain. And update number 2 is that Ivana was voiced by Emma Stone.
That's pretty crazy.
What
Like,
the coolest fucking bitch. She's already so cool. Her career is amazing. And you're telling me her career started with a voiceover of a dog?
Yeah.
She's so lucky.
As soon as Kat sent me like that picture of Ivana, I was just like sent back in time. I was like, oh my God, like that show was burned into my memory.
No, that shocked me. That baffled me. I don't understand how she landed that role. Who does she know? Who does she know? Can someone take my fucking foot and put it in a door?
Oh my God.
If I don't get a foot in one fucking door, I'm going to lose my mind. Tyler and I are going to New York next weekend
Oh,
for
that's
an
exciting.
engagement party. I don't know the person, but I don't care because I'm going to New York.
Yeah, that's fun. Is it one of his friends, I'm
And-
guessing?
Yes. And I'm so excited, and you guys, I will update you after. And I'm there's an anxious part of me to be on theme. There's a lot of pressure on this trip, and I need him to love this city. I need him to say,
Yeah,
I
that's
completely
true.
get it now. I was so wrong.
Has he
And
been?
I just don't. He's been
not, like,
lightly
recently.
to like Time fucking Square. So like
Yeah.
it's the most annoying thing. And he also has this stubbornness about him where it's almost like I want this so bad that he won't open his mind to it.
That might change.
We've had some fights about it, not deep dark ones, but I'm just like, I don't like that. There seems like there's this block, like you're not even giving it a chance. That's not
Yeah.
fair. Compromise is very important, and I don't even have a therapist, and I know that. But
Yeah, I'm excited to get the update, see what he thinks.
I'm gonna be working my fucking ass off.
Where are you guys staying? Like what area in New York?
We're staying like lower Manhattan, where you just sail right into Williamsburg, Brooklyn.
Perfect.
So.
Yeah, when Keegan went to New York in December, he stayed in Williamsburg and he was
And he
like
loved it.
obsessed. Yeah, he loved it.
And he went to the places I suggested, which
Mm-hmm.
literally filled my heart with joy. I felt like I just felt he respects my opinions on
Yeah,
where we should
he
go.
literally asked me for suggestions and then went to like multiple. Do you want to hear what I'm doing next weekend?
Hell, fucking yeah, I
I'm
do.
going to a music festival.
Oh, the one in the fields, like where
Yeah.
you live?
Uh-huh.
Oh,
High
so
water.
jealous. Explain it to the people.
It's just like an outdoor music festival in Charleston that they've been putting on for the past couple years. I've never been to this one, but I have been to another, like I went to a country music festival in the fall that was there, which was a lot of fun.
She's
country. Yeah, except there was like a weird crowd. One of the artists went on like a transphobic like rant in the middle of it, which is just like
Awesome.
I love being reminded that I'm in South Carolina, you know, like ugh.
I love being at a concert, whilst it was country, so.
Yeah, like I'm like, okay, like what can I expect from these people?
But at the same time, I am at a concert enjoying music, and you're
Yeah,
gonna take
like,
this time to
be
bombard.
hateful. Yeah, I don't need
horrible.
that. Someone take this microphone away from this man. But this time it'll probably be more my speed. It's like Mount Joy and like that kind of vibe. I forget some of the other people that are going. I honestly don't know too many of the artists in typical Caroline fashion. You know, it's not brand
going
new
in blind.
or the front bottoms, so they're not
Who?
sad enough for me.
Yeah, Carol has always had bands that I'm just unsure what to expect if I press play on their Spotify page. But I like sad music too, but I didn't date a skater boy in high school, so unfortunately I don't know these bands.
Okay, well, I found a lot of them on my own on Tumblr.
No, I know.
So,
Respectfully,
okay.
of course. Of course. Of course.
Fuck you. I was showing them the music.
That's true. That's true. I was being like
But
really
yeah.
inner
Yeah.
misogynist.
Maybe you need to back off a little bit.
Yeah. No, I have to seriously
Just
take a
kidding.
minute, do some reading
Backing
and
down.
learn. Listen and learn.
But yeah, I'm kind of nervous because I'm not big on the whole crowd thing, you know.
But it sounds beautiful. I mean, I've been to the field just when we went on a walk, and that's like such an ideal spot for a music festival. It doesn't seem like it would be too insanely crowded.
The only issue is like getting out. Last time they like, because there's a pedestrian bridge that you can take that like leads to like another exit area, and then there's like the regular parking lot. So there was like 2 points of exit at the music festival that I went to, but in the past they like didn't, at high water they didn't have that like pedestrian bridge open. So it was just like chaos, and people were trying to get home because there was only one place to leave for Uber and cars and everything. And people were stranded for hours. And so I'm just scared of that happening again. But I'm hoping that enough people complained about it last time that they fixed it.
Do that thing where you have to like sacrifice some music to get out of there before the main crowd?
Yeah, like that would be like what we would have to do if they don't open the pedestrian bridge. Because if they open the pedestrian bridge... Before, it was because that was what they used for the artists. Like, all the artists and stuff parked their, like, shit back there. And, like, that's where they were all, like, parking and had, like, a private entrance and exit for them. But, like, it caused so much chaos. I'm hoping that they just do what they did for the last music festival, which was have 2 lanes. And, like, one of them was for people and one of them was for, like, VIP artists, whatever.
Stay in your lane, bitch.
Hoping for that. Because otherwise I'm going to be anxious mess.
I have some crowd anxiety. Like, it's not like every time I'm in a crowd I'm freaking out, but I've had multiple experiences at concerts where I had to excuse myself and either like get out of the main area and just breathe and drink water. No drugs involved. Literal hand to God. And just like the crowd and the heat. Like, one place was at TD Garden in Boston and we were up top. And I'm just like, oh, I'm getting a little woozy up here. And then at first, like, the cop comes up to me thinking like I'm some girl on Molly. But I was like, I am just so hot. And like, it wasn't going well. And he was like, oh, this happens all the time. Like, the heat obviously rises up there. And then once at an outdoor concert, we had gotten all the way to the fucking front for Mumford & Sons. And just something came over me. And I had that feeling like if I don't get out of this crowd, I'll like faint in public or something and get trampled. Like, that's where the anxiety comes into that, because you're probably fine, but you can't calm yourself down because you start being like, but what if like I faint in public, because I've never fainted before, so I wouldn't know what it felt like before I was going to faint.
You've never fainted before?
No, but where's some wood? I must not. I'm terrified of that. Like, I'm not, like, fainting scares the shit out of me. You just fall down? Who knows what's underneath me?
I don't think I've ever actually fainted, but I have like had a like I started to faint, but I didn't like completely like hit the ground, but like black out and kind of like stumble and then like came back.
Horrible.
But yeah, it's scary. It's
when
like
the
a really
hell was that?
Like it was in 8th grade, because it was like I was doing something for my confirmation is why I know it was 8th grade. It was you got confirmed, right? Catholic girlies over here.
My confirmation name was Mary Jane, which was not because of weed. It was because I was obsessed with Spider-Man at the time. And my dad took me to this Broadway play called Spider-Man Turn Off the Dark. If you know it, you are a niche bitch, because it like someone like I think almost died or died. I'm not even sure. A lot of stunts went badly. It was like a cursed play basically. But the lead guy, Reeve Carney, he's in things now. There's Hades Town he starred in. That's a recent one. So fucking hot that I just was obsessed with this play, no matter how bad it was.
You're such a theater kid at heart.
I told you I'm gonna be Miss Darvis. Like, if my career doesn't pan out, I'm just gonna be a theater teacher. Like, not that like that would still be a panning out. I just have some other dreams, but I will do that one if the other dreams do not work out. I joke like it was weed, but it was Spider-Man. I want to be honest with people. Mine was
Joan of Arc, because she was a badass bitch.
No, you just blew mine out of the water. You did not have Joan of fucking Arc as your confirmation name.
Yeah, girl, I was obsessed with her. She's a badass bitch.
Caroline Joan of Arc Smith at the time. I don't even remember how they announced you or what the fuck either. How that went, but is that what happened? Because I'm dead. Were your parents like, you sure? You don't want to go with your grandma's name or something?
Well, it has to be like a saint, said. You know?
Mary Jane? I don't know if she was a saint.
You have to pick a saint. It must have been.
I guess I had a loophole.
You don't just
I'm
like
Catherine
pick a random
Marie
name.
Mary Jane Cleary, motherfuckers.
Oh my god. Where was I? There was a reason why I asked you that, and I can't. I was when I fainted. I did some. It was for like some kind of play we were putting on, like where we all had to dress like someone was Mary, someone was Joseph.
It seems like everyone did that play. I didn't, but it seems like that was a common Catholic childhood experience.
Yeah. I had to do it a couple times, you know, because I went to private school growing up, like private Catholic school, but then I went to public school 6th, 7th, 8th grade. So I had to do like confirmation classes and take like even more religion classes. And I was like,
same. Messed up. Sick.
I already know
I feel
this
like
shit.
That's a choice. And it didn't feel like one for me. And I was even
It's not
saying,
about you.
no, not about me. Not in
That's
any
for
way. Take yourself out of it. We are all God's children. Step it up. We do have to shout out, not like my confirmation name, Mary Jane. This episode is coming to you on 4/20, y'all. Happy Easter.
Happy
He will rise. He will rise.
Just tying everything together right there.
Yeah, that's sick. What the fuck? We did not plan that.
Yeah, he has
so
risen.
good at this.
420 blaze it.
Y'all, click that subscribe button, y'all. Click that follow button, y'all. That was natural. Pretty much fine. Pretty much fine. Oh my god, we're Kat and Carol. We totally didn't do that again.
We didn't do that.
I'm Kat.
I'm Carol. We didn't figure it out by now.
And we're so good at this. We love to keep you guessing, so.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Back in the fucking day when podcasts didn't have video, I would always be so shocked because I'd listen for a while before I looked them up on like Instagram.
Yeah, I always would too.
I'd be shocked. Or like the other person I would think had the voice of the opposite person. It's crazy.
It would always mess with my head.
Don't even tell me what you guys think that I look like if you only have heard my voice. Because I wonder what aura my voice carries.
Oh yeah, me too.
Your voice is adorable.
I'm scared. Oh, thanks.
I feel like you match.
I hope
your
I
voice.
match up.
I feel you do. You got your little bob. I can't believe I've been saying you my fuck ass Bob song. Have you ever heard my fuck ass Bob song?
I don't think so.
Tyler's normal. He loves it. He sings it sometimes. I did this thing, which here's a little quick story for you guys. I once told Tyler that I was getting, like I had a haircut coming up and I was like, I think I need a change. I think I'm going to literally get a fuck ass bob, especially because fuck ass bob was like very popular in the media at the time. Like I think Kim Kardashian had her wild ass Farquaad ass fucking bob ass. It was around that time of culture. And I was like, I think I want something crazy, something different. I think I'm going to get a fuck ass bob. And I loved the idea of saying that to a man because men love long hair. Men love like the picture of like a woman is big tits, long, like that's just in there. They were raised looking at the magazines, their porn.
It's in their DNA.
Yeah. So I loved the concept of it, and I really leaned in where he at first didn't believe me, but then I like really was selling it, and he looked concerned. I'm like, oh, so you think I look ugly with short hair?
Oh my god.
Is that what you're saying? Oh, I really tortured him, and he was just stumbling over every single word, and I was just like petting Winston.
Poor guy.
Evil. It went on, and to the point where like I did not let it go. And then I went to the haircut, tucked my hair like into my sweat. I tried to fake him out, but I made a song during this time that he still sings. So here it is for you, Carol.
Okay, I'm ready.
She got a fuck ass bob, 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 bob. She quit her fuck ass job, job. They say she's such a snob, snob, with her fuck ass bob, 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 bob.
Wow, that's beautiful.
That's for you, Carol. That's for you, darling.
That's me. That's me.
You look so fucking good with a bob. Like, he would have ended up liking it if I pulled it off like that. So, little does he know.
You could definitely pull off short hair. I think you would look great with short hair.
Well,
I think I need to
bob.
go. Yeah, and it was so cute. Yeah, I forgot about that. That looked
George
awesome.
Washington.
Oh, yeah. Wait, how could I fucking forget?
One time I had Carol curl my hair, but it was the first time I had my hair curled while it was short. We could have probably told this in like season 1 of this.
I think
but who
we
cares?
did.
We're bringing it back.
Yeah.
We're bringing it back. She curled my hair. It was short. I look in the mirror and listen, like I am such a people pleaser with strangers, but with my friends and family, you will hear every single thought in my head. And I had a bit of a meltdown.
No, really?
A bit of a meltdown because I thought that I looked like George and or Martha Washington. And just all night, I'm like, I'm George fucking Washington, man.
All night. The whole night.
We still have a really cute picture from that night. And the curls had fallen at that time, though, so. But no, I love Carol, and I was so lucky that she curled my hair for me. That
Yeah,
was so
you
nice.
were so lucky, and I'm never doing it again.
I was a bitch. What can I say?
Oh my
Going through
God.
college was crazy.
Well, anyways, back to my 420 story.
Yeah, we're gonna close it off for y'all with a little 420 stories. 420 still stewing or survived it.
Yeah, so it just popped into my head when I was thinking about how it was 420 this weekend. One time, Gabby and I, one 420 back in high school, we smoked so much weed, got so high in her car, like hotboxed the car in the parking. This was so unhinged. In this like random ass parking lot.
It's always a random ass parking lot,
Of
or like
course.
the end of a neighborhood.
Yeah, of
You
course.
all know. Don't act so holy.
But we like hotboxed the car, and then we got out and went into this restaurant, and it was, what is the name of the fucking, it doesn't matter. It's some kind of like sports pub. I don't even know what the name of the restaurant is, but it has this thing, and it's so fucking good. I literally thinking about it right now. It's called a Zinger Mountain Melt. If you're from Jacksonville, you probably know what I'm talking about. It's a pile of French fries, okay? And then they cover it with like cheese and bacon and chicken tenders that are fried, obviously. And they ask you like what sauce you want, like your chicken tenders tossed in, and you can get, you know, whatever, like hot, honey mustard, like barbecue, teriyaki, whatever. And so you get your chicken tenders tossed in the sauce, and then they put that on top and cover it with like more cheese and bacon and green onions, and it's like so good. And they give you ranch to dip. It is so good, and it is the best when you're high. So Gabby and I were like, this is going to be the perfect thing to do on 420, right? So we hotbox the car, we get out of the car, walk straight into that restaurant, and we are just geeked out, giggling the second we walk
to go in public when you're that cookie.
But we didn't even like think about that element. We just were like, hotbox car, get Zinger Mountain Melt at the restaurant.
You still had the confidence of your youth where you didn't realize that you smelled like absolute weed when you walked in.
Yes. And so we walk into this restaurant, we're giggling, laughing, and the like hostess greets us and like makes a face at us immediately, probably because we reek of weed, and she's just like,
happy holidays.
She was like, hello ladies, and we were just like, hi. And then I was
no, she said, hi ladies.
Pretty much. Gabby was like, table for two. And then she was like, do you want a booth or high top? And I immediately was like, booth.
Yeah.
And then Gabby just looked at me and was like, oh, I love when you know exactly what I want. And we just start dying laughing because we just thought that was like so funny because we were geeked out of our minds. And then the hostess just goes, oh my God, ladies, happy 420. And we were just like, immediately like stopped laughing, immediately like blood runs cold.
If you meant happy 420, then you would know not to call a stoner out in the wild, because you ruined the whole entire high. So you're a liar.
Seriously.
You didn't mean that happy. You didn't
It was not happy. And then she went and told our waitress that we were high, and the waitress comes over and she was like, oh my God, happy 420 ladies, like, are you guys here to get some munchies? And we were just like, oh my God.
And then you have to order the tower. They should have already known. They're like, we know what you're getting. You're getting the fucking chicken finger French fry tower.
I know. She started laughing, of course, and we told her exactly what we wanted. And then just like, then every time she'd come back, she'd make a little comment. Like, she made a comment. She was like, oh, I can't wait to get off work. Like, I'm going to be doing that too.
She wanted to pop in your car with you.
Which, like, it was fine, you know, in retrospect. Like, she was just like a fellow stoner girly who was like working. But we were mortified and felt so called out, and like just the whole time we were like, this whole fucking restaurant knows. And we got our dessert to go because of course we wanted dessert, but we were like, we gotta get the fuck out of here.
That's why, see, it's like half and half, because like at least it's a camaraderie of these are like people that also smoke, and it's not someone like an older woman like glaring at you as she takes your order.
Yeah, that's true.
But then it's just, it will never not ruin a high when someone calls you out in public that you're high. It sends shockwaves through your spine. You're just like,
yeah,
you know.
Yeah, I also,
you know.
Like, it's not fucking so obvious.
How could you ever know?
Another time I got called out was at Alabama, at the University of Alabama, my freshman year.
She smoked in our dorm. Stop!
Oh my God.
Okay, everyone did that. I was the loser that was too afraid. Okay.
But
who wins the more anxiety competition?
True.
Me, bitches.
This time, though, I decided not to smoke in the dorm. I went and smoked in my car in the parking lot. Also, again, stupid. And then just got right in the elevator and went right up to my dorm, and like 4 people got on the elevator with me.
I
and
remember
like
this. They were from the room that didn't like us too. There was one room that just did not like us.
Yeah. The doors closed, and they just like, one of them turned and was like, "Oh my God, you reek." She was like, "You smell like weed." I was like,
You held that the whole way down the elevator so that you could just walk out and drop a bomb on me?
It was awful.
Also, it's like, college. What kind of judgment is this? We're the same
No, wait.
age.
This happened when the doors closed, like the second they closed. So I was stuck on the elevator, stoned from the bottom
I thought
floor
you
to the
got
top.
out, hit you with that line as the doors were closing.
No, like the second the doors closed, she like noticed how bad it was, and so she was like, "You smell like weed." And I was like, "Why would you tell me that?"
That's so wrong of her. It really is. Also, it's so
not a
unfortunate
girl's
that
girl.
weed, not a girl's girl. Clocked. You're clocked.
Clocked it.
It's so unfortunate that weed is like gives you away. You can never, unless you take an edible, which I can't because they make me this is me on an edible. A zombie. If you're not watching, I'm a fucking zombie. And it sucks. Like, it's a dead giveaway. You can't not be exposed. Even Thanksgiving dinner, try to go smoke a joint, and you're like, oh, I hope nobody says anything because I'm fucking baked out of my mind as we're making this toast, this thankful toast. I actually, at Alabama, to just bounce off that with a weed story, we had this beautiful river walk on our campus. It was so cute. It had a big parking lot, and then it had like little shops and stores along it, and you could just go for miles. It was awesome. That's one thing I miss so much. And I would go on long walks there, but like to have a good walk, like I have to be a little high.
Yeah.
And so I'd park my car, do the same thing, like hotbox my car, and I would know the second I was high because the paranoia would just strike me down. And I was so convinced, since it's a felony there, that like this is what would ruin my future, just one high walk at the river. And every single time I did it, which I always was a repeat offender of doing it, because like you just live for the thrill of being afraid for your life, I would immediately be looking around and be convinced that, like, because there was like 4 precincts in around, just right in our college town, which, like, thank God I didn't end up in jail. There was constant cop cars just everywhere. So the second the paranoia would hit, I would get out of my car, I'd be looking both ways, and I would sprint. I would run as if I went there to go on a run, because I was just like, I gotta get the fuck away from this car. I cannot be near this car.
Away from the evidence.
Any evidence fucking near me. And like the first 10 minutes of my like peaceful walk would just be like, looking around, like so fucking like convinced I was getting arrested every single time.
Well, I'm glad you never did.
Never did. And then I'd go on a nice long walk until all the weed was out of my system, and did not get into my vehicle until it was, because I'm a very responsible girl.
Facts.
Yeah, so I hope you had some good 420 chats with us. Whatever else we talked about, I don't even know. Every end of the episode,
I'm like, talked about religion.
Losing my religion.
One of my favorite songs.
I love that I know songs like that because I have a father that.
Yeah, that's the only reason why I know it too.
Yes. Yeah, what a great episode again. Wow.
We did it again, folks.
We the best. We so good at this. So you should follow us. Carol, tell them where they can do all that.
You can find us at Pretty Much Fine Pod on Instagram and on TikTok, and Pretty Much Fine on YouTube. You can also email us at hello@prettymuchfine.com with your still stewing or survived it stories. If you enjoyed this episode or this podcast, do us a huge favor and drop that link in your group chat. Share it with your friends and your enemies. Let them know how much better your life is now that you have this podcast. And leave us a review. Go on Apple or Spotify. Tell us what you're loving. It really helps us out.
5 stars.
5
5
stars.
stars.
5 stars only.
5 stars. 5 stars. 5
like
stars.
that aggressive Uber driver. You
oh
just
my
can't
God.
wait to get out of the car with
We should be the aggressive Uber driver.
Yeah. All right. See you next week.
See you next week. Time to hang up.